Okay, thank you. Thank you for inviting me in this workshop. As I said before, there is a little change of the program. So today I will present the main topic and especially the methodology that we follow to organize our case studies analysis. And so a very, very short presentation from me, by me. And after the Dr. Azin, she's one of my very strong collaborator, and she developed the research at international level, so I prefer that she will present. But I suggest to implement this workshop in a very interactive and collaborative way. So I suggest and I propose to Azin to have a short stop after each case studies in order to ask and to stimulate some question from you and your interest or your question about this. So in order to take the occasion to show the case studies not only in a very passive way, not only like a lesson, our lesson, but really in a very interactive way. So don't worry to stop us, don't worry to have and to put some question on the table, because starting from today, you have the time to think about this methodology, especially about this topic. And the next time we'll discuss again about this, starting to elaborate, to organize a very innovative training path together. So I like to interact with you as much as possible. So I ask you to stimulate and to put in the table, like a virtual table, your question, your So we start about the understanding of the architectural aspect, the concept aspect when we start to think about a new learning path. And especially we need to understand the context where we are working on and which kind of training path, and especially how is possible to merge two different aspects that are very integrated each other, the structural part and the spiritual part. And especially focalizing all these elements in a very important topic for us, that is the artifact and handcraft. So it is like a map that we organize in order to clarify not only the methodology, but the different steps, the different box where are we moving throughout. About the structure of the new learning path, the new innovative learning path, we investigate different kind of learning path around the world, especially at international level, not only in Europe, but especially in USA and in other countries. Not only master course, but workshop, seminar, expo. So in order to understand the different typology of learning path, where it's possible to understand the best practice, which kind of innovative element are inside this kind of structure of the learning path, and how it's possible to combine them in a new university master course, in a new university learning path. Because now we need to think out of the box. We need to think a very innovative solution, innovative way, not only frontal lesson, not only design workshop to to replicate the geometrical aspect, but we need to implement all the structure typology to create a very collaborative table, a very collaborative structure, especially to stimulate the participation of the company, especially to stimulate the marketing approach of the training activity, stimulating the student to become in the future, in their future, themselves, new startup, new company. So with a new vision, not only skills, not only competence, but a new approach for the market, no? For a new approach for their future. So for this, we analyze how it's possible to take some elements starting from 3D book, 3D object, new hub or cultural lab, laborative, and so on. About the spiritual aspect, in the same way, we think that we can interact with different tools, especially coming from the new platform tool like not only social platform, but especially 3D application, but other input coming from the music, coming from the tangible and intangible 3D or IoT, so Internet of Things application of augmented reality. So we need to investigate in different boxes, in different aspects, which kind of tools and which kind of content is possible to explore in order to create a very advanced and innovative, I repeat, innovative learning path. And which is the main idea of the future module. So it could be really the model of the future, so very advanced for this. And it's very important to understand which is the profile of the student, which is the target that we need to meet, we need to focalize and to reach. Make it possible to discover new talents or exploring a new talent or stimulate the participation of new talent. And in different sector of the craft design and architectural scale. So starting from the lighting design or envelope design. So investigate different scale of applications, starting from the very, very little scale, like a jewelry or like a light or software tool, till urban design. So we have a very large space of exploitation. Which kind of topic, which kind of content we can explore, starting from the experience coming from the past. Of course, handcraft, but for handcraft we can explore some very many things coming from
بس الاي دي دخلي لي هذا صار صوتي عم يطلع.
Sorry, there is an interaction.
الرجاء كل واحد يعمل الميكروفون تبعه ميوت مشان بس ما نقاطع المحاضرة.
Okay. So we can investigate some aspect about innovative material, traditional material, with a very input about light and light design, but we can explore digital design as a support tool for this till the last very advanced aspect and topic, that is the visual design and visual digitalization of the component. And of course, we can explore different traditional aspects. So I think in your country, so when you decide, I know that you explored the typical traditional sector, so you are oriented to focalize the training path, underlining the real experience and the really background that each country has. But of course, we need to have a very, very large fantasy, a very large view, not only in time aspects, so not only the time of the future, but especially we need to open all the opportunities, all the sector where it's possible to replicate and to have a very interesting application of this kind of historical experience. So not only the geometry, not only the color, not only the pattern, but the know-how about the capacity to create some handcraft and replicate in another sector. So there are many examples of best Italian fashion company that are exploring some element of the historical past of other countries like Arabic or Islamic religion. So it's very interesting to not only explore, but investigation how it's possible to combine, for instance, different material and different way to replicate this pattern. And another topic that we explored in this research, so investigating the different courses, it was the geometrical aspect. So how is possible? It is another sector that we need to explore and to implement in the learning path. How is possible to have a good storage of the geometrical pattern? So maybe it's possible to create some modules, some skills about this. So specific skills, specific person that are expert, no, to replicate the geometrical pattern. Maybe in order to create a national or international platform where it's possible to collect in a safety way your knowledge, your past traditional experience, but how is possible to replicate now in a different scale, as I said before. So building scale, design scale, material scale, starting from this is an example of a building structure for an exposition pavilion, or maybe a component and an envelope element in concrete or in a new advanced material. So we have really to starting from the know-how, experience and storage, and then exploring the new advanced solution. Another sector, so we can investigate starting from the fashion design to geometrical aspect, to pottery, to different traditional sector, implementing a new pattern. So study for a new elaboration space in the fashion design system. It's very interesting to explore the historical know-how, especially for the carpet know-how or the other texture of typical component, but really with new material and with new tool and especially infrastructure to create innovative element. As well as, of course, joielry, of course, decoration for building, but really exploring new application with a new tool. So the 3D tool is very, very interesting for this, but we need to implement not only the skill, but the capacity to analyze and to investigate the good element inside the traditional component. About the fabric, of course, it will be re-elaborate in glass product, carpet, or pottery and other. So it's very interesting. At last but not least, some example about inspiration starting from the door, so the door lock that are applied now in shoes with the new elaboration, very expensive shoes. But it is the idea, no, to replicate in a totally different sector, in a totally different target. So starting from the door and with a new investigate new application in a different scale, in a different component. So it is a very interesting challenge for us. And my colleague will investigate later 3 or 4 many best practice about this, and especially with a very interesting topic on light and colors, because I think the new advanced border to be explored is the spiritual component of light, especially in a new elaboration inside the exposition or other element in house building, but otherwise in other solution for cinema or other experience. So it is the approach of innovative 3D experience, so physical and virtual experience that is possible to be explored, especially collecting the material, especially creating a real storage as proposed before, and have a new tool to explore and to investigate physical experience of this without the necessary to recreate the product. It is other example about pottery material, where it's possible to combine and to replicate in a new skin pattern. It is some element that are investigated for element of the new skin of the building envelope, that are very advanced because are changing phase, are very kinetic, they change their aspect, their chemical composition according to the climate condition, so external climate condition, especially temperature or humidity or solar radiation, so that are very smart building. Starting from the same geometrical pattern, the same application of the geometry in historical pottery material. So we will spend these two days, 4 hours we have today and the next meeting, but exploring a new methodology. So exploring how it's possible to join research, innovation, especially the new technology, how it's possible to investigate solution in different applications, which kind of activity is possible to discover and to explore for a new educational path, and educational approach, especially investigate which is our stakeholder. So which kind of company or other reality that are active in this sector, from the theater expert, the cinema expert, or maybe museum or other, that is possible to combine and to create some link at like creating an hub about this technology and these case studies. And especially open our eyes and open our mind to investigate which are the promising industry sector, but where industry, it's the meaning not only the hard industry, but the new market opportunity and especially for the new 4.0 industry. So according to the new innovative tool and 3D reality and Internet of Things. Because it is a very key tool, key strategy to be applied. So which kind of experience our target, which kind of experience is possible to not only to explain, but to reproduce, no, in a virtual or in a physical way. And in this possible is necessary to explore which are the extracurricular activity. So not only the body of our learning path, but how is possible to be connected with other innovative experience in the country or at international level, of course, in different sectors. This is, I think, a very good challenge that we need to explore. And of course, the sustainability is a very good driver in this. It's a very, especially for the cultural aspect, and especially to save and to preserve and to replicate our historical culture in the material and immaterial aspect. And the last but not least aspect is neuroscience. So I know that is a very borderline sector. We are investigating at our university, and I think my colleagues, not today, but next meeting, Professor Deborah Giorgi will explain, and we share, she will share with us some experience about this. So how is possible to combine the neuroscience research and advanced solution with artificial intelligence, virtual reality, creating a very innovative, not only training path, but university experience, I think. So, Dr. Azin, after me, she will explain which university or institution we investigate and we select, different levels, so master courses, workshop, and seminar. Investigating it is these were the criteria of our research. So to investigating the target, the main focus, the topic, of course, the schedule of the time, to understand the combination of each unit inside the courses. And of course, I hope to stimulate your curiosity and your fantasy in this, and please interact with me and with my colleague during the presentation. So if you have any question now, because after me, Dr. Azin will explore and share with you the case studies. So any question about this first?
Many thanks. Now we put the project into draft.
I would like.
Dr. Nabil, go ahead.
Sorry, there is two people.
Dr. Nabil.
Too much interaction.
Antonella, I would like to know more in details a little bit about the TIC cases that you mentioned.
Yes, now Azin will explore and will share with us. This is the framework, okay?
Okay.
I present you the framework with the content and the topic. Now each course will be explored by Azin. So Azin, better that you present now.
Now, this is the beginning of the Dream of Hands project.
Yes.
So, Antonella, many thanks for you. You just draft the roadmap for the project. And now we'll see the next presentation, which will put more advanced technical issue, how to proceed with the project.
Yes. Okay.
Then after that, we'll open the discussion and see where we are standing in terms of the information, the ideas, the concepts that's going to be presented by our colleagues in Florance University.
Okay.
So I think now we'll start the next presentation. Or if anyone have a question. Okay, I think we can start with the next presentation, Antonella.
Okay. So, hello everyone. This is Azen Khalegi. I'm graduated in Master of Architectural Design in University of Florence. And now I have a collaboration with my dear Professor Antonella Trombadora in terms of the research academic. And at this moment, I was working in your project for this collecting best practice international. So I'm so glad to meet you all here, and I have this chance to share my experiment and my research and studying at this moment. Let me share my screen with you all. Okay, now you have my screen in the right way. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we know that the topic is that for the hands traditional craft heritage training, design, marketing in Jordan and Syria. So this is, as we know, is the international best practice analysis and listen learn. In terms of collecting training and assessment courses, workshop in art and architecture. So as we know, all the preservation is the start with education, in the sense that when you have the better education, when you have the better path in terms of the education, definitely you can have the better preservation in your cultural part, in your heritage, handcraft, in university, workshop. So what heritage should or should not be preserved for future generation, as well as how will be undertaken. So it means that we know that in every countries and every culture you can find a unique topic in the cultural part, but the more important thing is that how we can be responsible, or how we can find a good and right way to implement in terms of the training or in education part. So okay, so in this part I divided in 3 cases.
Can I ask you please to remote to put your microphones? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay. In this part, I divided in 3 examples, 3 cases study in terms of the A, B, C. So for the number A, in the name is 3D Designer Maker. So in this course, here we have the short description about the which school, study option, about duration, about the location. So we can have here is a digital technologies and art in the full-time course, and for the 3 years studying, and in the Trent campus in the UK. In this course, you can develop your passion for designing and making innovative and contemporary objects using a diverse range of materials, skills, and technique thought with a high level of craftsmanship. Here I give you one overview of this course, is that this BA Hans is basically around 3 years. 3D Designer Maker program will give you the chance to design and make your idea through a broad range of materials with an exciting emphasis on experimentation in making innovative objects through industrial process with a high level of craftsmanship, which is really important. and giving you the chance also to become more informed in the contemporary maker. And also here we can see that, for example, this course for who and who is looking for it. If you have the passion for designing and making contemporary interior products such as furniture, lighting, ceramic, and jewelry, this is the right course for you as a student. And this course will not only enable you to design innovative objects, but also make your ideal wrought out skill in a high level of craftsmanship. For example, I see that in your country, there are a lot of things that we can use in the best way to implement to the world, to the art world, into the work, in the pursue the career of the students. So here, for example, jewelry, or you can use embroider. There are a lot of embroider, or glass, clay, pottery, a lot of things. And also why we should choose this course is that learn the essential skills needed to survive in the real world by undertaking. So how we can survive our cultural idea in the real world. For example, as an example would be in the Marks and Spencer, Wakewood, or Sainsbury Home. They're really big chain of the retail, of the magazine, like LM magazine. So in this way, you can prepare you for careers as an independent designer, maker, or a designer in industry. So, and also you could also use your skills to set up your own business as a designer maker. There is also an opportunity, There is also an opportunity to gain a substantial work placement with companies. So you can have this collaboration with the really big companies. You can give them this chance to have this collaboration. And also here there is a which type of the typology of learning path. So this 3D designer maker degree allows you to specialize in, for example, ceramic, interior product, such as furniture or lighting, contemporary jewelry, wearable or digital craft, would be fashion, would be a lot of handcraft, woven wool, or pottery. In this case, they have the wood, ceramic, resin, fine metal, digital imaging skills with a high level of CNC machine, or, for example, heavy metal, and also could be the software package, like a lot of things, Rhino, Photoshop, or Illustrator, these kinds of the software that can be helpful for the student to implement and to show up these handcraft ideas. And for this course, we are seeing that what could be the main focuses of this 3D designer maker. The teaching on this course is truly rooted to the studio practice. It's not, it's completely, you have this studio work. And also you can develop your skill across a wide range of projects based on the activities, which is take place in the studio with the appropriate subject and object. And also sometimes you can work in a whole group. Sometimes you can have in the team group. You can have a lot of group mates with the presentation of your work to the peer group and the academic staff. So it's really good that you can have this chance to work with a supervisor, the people that they are more professional. At the other time during your study, you can have working on the individually initiated projects. So beside of this team working, you can have the self-initiated project. There will be tutorial session and critique with academic staff, where you can explore your practice in more detail. In addition, you take a part in the lecture, in seminar activities. This part allow you to explore the contextual and professional background to the project that you are responsible for it. And also you can participate in a technical demonstration session with the technicians, enabling you to enhance your making and digital skills across a variety of the technique and approaches. And also Central Academic Skills team provide a group and a lot of tutorial and supervisor. You can have a chance to how you can improve and how you can boost your presentation skill, written, spoken, punctuation, and grammatical and critical thinking, revision, assessment, and time management. Because definitely we know that, okay, this is the part of the artifact and architectural part, but in the meantime, if you know that how you can present or how you can know to time management, a lot of things could be beneficial. And also the accessibility service support student with such as sensory impairment and learning difficulties. This course content is that actually working in your own dedicated studio with access of the really broad range of the workshop facilities with as well as the digital technologies, you will learn practical techniques and process through hands-on technical demonstration in the high level. So this course content is dividing by, for example, 3 years, which you learn in the first year is more generalized and is more included of the, for example, develop your specialist knowledge across some materials like ceramic, wood, metal, plastic, which could enable you to become more contemporary maker and someone who can use a specialist stick professionally and effectively with an emphasis on high-class skills in a practical making, experimentation, and craftsmanship, all of them at the same moment. So this course will enable you to create innovative design solutions, how you can find the solutions in terms of the practical, in terms of the experiments, so and develop your ability to contextualize your design practice with all over the world. In the second year, you learn your own, is more personalized. You can be more personalized, so you can develop your own voice, specializing in the ceramic, in interior product, in the contemporary jewelry, could be historical, in our case could be historical and traditional jewelry and fashion accessories, or digital craft, where you can build your independent professional working practice. And also there is an opportunity to gain a substantial work placement. In the third year, you will consolidate your knowledge and skills to produce your final exhibition pieces. At this moment, you should think that in the third year, how can I make a conclusion or what I made before? So you are ended up with the final exhibition pieces alongside your studio work, and you can approach an insight into design feature, business setup, and branding yourself, and how you can make yourself in the high level of the position. And in the final project, you are encouraged to generate innovative objects for a contemporary design, and also how you can have the show exhibition in the academic part, in the public, in a professional audiences. Here we have an academic year structure. In this course, they can operate on a modular basis that provides flexibility and choice together. And typically, the major part of this module are 30 academic credit with a smaller number of 50 credit. And each credit could be around 10 hours. So we can implement all of them. It depends on our workshop. And total study time includes the teaching, independent study, and assessment activity. For the full time, they can have it works around 60 to 120 credits. And your overall grade course could be based on the mark, your mark obtained in different levels. And here also we have some modules for this course, which is provide an indicative list of the modules that make up your course for the current academic year. Each module is worth a specified number of credit. This teaching is included of research. Modules change periodically to reflect development in the discipline. The aim and the goal is that to ensure that all these modules run as a schedule. If there are any problem, or they will advise you as soon as possible and will provide guidance on selecting appropriate alternative modules. So they give you the chance that which one is more appropriate for which students. And here we have the expert consultancy. This academic course expert in their fields are available specialistic consultants. In terms of the research and expertise, I can add this topic, innovation and research. We can have the licensing and intellectual property. We can knowledge transfer to the partnership. And also we can have innovative enterprise zone. So let's talk about this one first. Innovation and research, a collaborative approach that brings industry and academia together on a research and innovation. So how we can have these two topics, innovation and research, at the same time. In licensing and intellectual property, through this research, you can develop many new technologies that are available for licensing. So we have this chance to licensing different software, the things that we want to work on it. And for the knowledge transfer partnership, this scheme links your business and the university through an academic and graduate to help your business innovate and grow. Here, for the innovative enterprise zone, for innovation and research, for work-based learning and CPD, access talent. For innovation and research, we can have access, they can have access to specialist facilities, service, and equipment. Work-based learning and CPD is a type of you can working hardly beside of the studying. You can develop your workforce and get an edge over the competition. So you have this chance to work completely with the knowledge and with the research and with the studying at the same time. And access talent, get the best talent for your business with a dedicated support for the recruitment then. And also another thing is that research and expertise, funding and support for business, incubator, the hatchery and office space. For the research and expertise, we can connect to the experience of their academic to help your business innovate. Funding and support for business, you can access funded schemes to enhance and how we can boost the research part and how we can grow in your business. In the office space, they can help to turn an idea into enterprise and can support earlier stage companies is a bit more is a bit more entrepreneurial. So it's good that if we can have these two at the same time. Here, this is a module structure that we have for the first year, second year. These are the compulsory modules they need to pass in terms of that what we want to put for the credits or what we want to choose for our topic. For example, like 3D design, integrating theory and practice, material inquiry, form and surface, material investigation and design history, material investigation and design study in the less credit. And also in the second year, we can have the design, make, manufacture, designer, maker in context, digital design and prototyping, professional practice. In the third year is the same, but with the different topics. And also we can have the other modules for the art and design, which is compulsory, like major project, team project, theory and practice in art and design in different credits that we can see here. And also for the art and design, we can have the optional modules for them that they can choose is ideas generation and problem solving for art, idea generation and problem solving for design, imaging, production skills for art, imaging, production skills for design. And also this course gives you some facilities in terms of the art and design, but not particular in this way. Could be computer, could be technology, as we can see here. Could be Smart Zone, 3D workshop, tradition, and also computer workshop. In a Smart Zone, you can bustling center of invention, innovation, and creation. The Smart Zone houses, what exactly doing is dedicated workshop space, the latest in digital technology and high-end computing facilities. 3D workshop work in heavy metal, fine metal, wood, plastic, and resin, rain. Our 3D workshop are equipped with everything you would expect to see in a working studio, from laser cutter and etc. As we can, as in your case, you can have this chance to give to the students. In tradition, we will also train you students in the traditional handmaking, machine manufacture, modern digital technology. And also in the computer workshop, which is really interesting, is that they can work, print with the computer workshop is where you will create functional ceramic and sculpture forms, the technique of slip casting, plasting for the pottery, for the glass, for the things that we want to work on it. And the rest is studio environment, hands-on, dedicated studio space, studio and CAD labs. In the studio environment, you can learn in a relaxed, supportive, and professional workshop and a studio environment with plenty of practical hands-on projects. In hands-on, this workshop includes 3D like wood, metal, plastic, digital imaging surveys, and decoration and ceramic, and so on. Dedicated studio space. Actually, in this part, you can conveniently locate it in an open plan studio. You will also get the chance to be trained to use workshop from photography to fine metal, or photography to the ceramic, photography to things that we want to show up to the students. And also in the studio and CAD labs, this part is well-equipped studio to design, to represent a real practice. Here you can have the access to the excellent drawing and computer facilities, the latest industry standard architecture software or other creative suite. So actually here we have a case study evaluation. We got some evaluation in a short summary that in our opinion could be like this. This is the strengths part about this workshop, is that it offers a great experience throughout multiple design disciplines. It means that you don't just have the, for example, focus on a specific part, but on the other hand, you can have a multiple design discipline, which is really interesting. And also collaboration with who work in industry and run successful design business. So it's so fascinating that you can have this chance to work with the people that they have the really professional experience in terms of the business. This course lets a student find their own creativity while supporting you along the way. It did not feel like just going to university, it just feel like home. It means that it gives me this impression that they are just not forcing to go to the university to do something by force. They feel like home, they are doing something organically and passionately. And also there is a special attention, there is a guidance, extremely talented tutors, boost student confidence, and also has taken their creativities to a professional level. And they know that how they can do it. This is really important. And also the excellent range of facilities, dedicated support from tutors and technicians, and create a rich learning environment where ideas, development, and creativity can be fully explored, which is you cannot find everywhere, I think, and gives a huge chance to students to learn preserving cultural heritage and handcraft with a high technical and theoretical qualities. And here also we have some strong key points for the training path that we can see. Here is a multiple design, special attention, talented tutors, guidance, find creativity, work in industry, feel like home, emerge creativity in a professional level, develop passion, boost the student confidence. As we talked before, Trombadora talked about this part. I just adjust in my presentation because in this way we can feel more that how we can implement historical and Islamic pattern to the modern design, how we can use this part of the geometry in the mock-up, in the fabric, how we can be more creative. As she said that we can see these days, there are a lot of companies or big companies, they are working on these Islamic patterns. Why we are not doing, or you are not doing in this part that when you have the vast variety of this part of the cultural handcraft. And also here I have one video from the student and staff and get the feel and how they feel about this 3D design maker. If you agree, we can watch together. Is okay?
Yes, Azine, I think it's interesting to show the video.
Okay.
The 3D Designer Maker programme here at Florance University in Stoke-on-Trent has been created to allow students to not only design innovative objects, but more importantly, be taught the skills on how to make them. So whether you're a ceramicist, an interior product designer focusing on furniture and lighting, or even contemporary jewellery, the 3D Designer Maker course here at Stoke-on-Trent, Florance University, is for you.
I don't like working in small scale, so I always work in full scale. I've done 2 full-size chairs, and I'm planning to go big again this semester. So yeah, I don't think there's a limit on scale here at the university. Just go for a size you're comfortable with if you do come, but I'd say go big.
Our award-winning 3D Designer Maker programme really allows students to think through making. Students focus on the making process, and not only do students get the opportunity to design innovative objects, but also get to be taught the skills on how to make them through high levels of craftsmanship.
I help students with all aspects of metalwork, from the large-scale sculpture to the product design down to jewellery.
I chose this course because I'd been on a few trips with my college to a bunch of different universities. Out of all of them, the facilities at Stoke were absolutely amazing. I was completely in shock by what they had available. The tutors seemed really nice and the technicians were really nice when we came as well.
I was interested in Florance University because I felt like they had a more professional approach to their course, and the facilities as well was very interesting.
It's a small course where you can really get in touch with students and your colleagues, and you got incredible facilities just in a minute walk. I like very much the possibility of sharing my experience with students, not just a theoretical experience, but also a technical experience I built up over my age of working and studying. We work together, we teach them techniques, traditional techniques such as turning or working with a Japanese saw, and we're really close to the student and the technician. A symbiosis which makes this university quite incredible and unique.
The design studio is an integral part of the student experience. Each student gets their own individual workstation that allows them to create, but also get a sense of home. So that kind of desk space is key throughout their education and learning time here.
One of the best things for me is the studio culture. Being able to be in a room full of designer makers who are from different backgrounds, different specialisms, where we can all work together, share ideas, bounce off each other, has really helped me throughout my experience at uni, and it's probably one of the best things for me to be able to also make friendships and help each other as well.
When you get here, you realise just what a variety of things we do, and you're always in good hands. You have to be in good hands because you're in Stoke-on-Trent. Stoke-on-Trent, as you're probably aware, is the epicentre of the whole of the ceramic industry, especially within the UK. And it goes back hundreds and hundreds of years. You're talking Wedgwood, Spode, Moorcroft, you name it. Anybody of any prestige and quality is here in Stoke-on-Trent.
I came here to Stoke to do the 3D designer course, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed being around, being able to find friends who enjoy doing the same thing as I do, and also being able to be connected, as Stoke is the heart of pottery, and I enjoy doing pottery.
We get the opportunity to work on lots of live briefs, and we get to work with the design teams of companies such as M&S, where I made a planter, SCP, where I made a stool, and Wedgwood, where I did live.
Our campus here at Stoke-on-Trent benefits from only being 3 minutes walk from the station. That also allows us to be within London within 90 minutes, Birmingham in 45, and indeed Manchester in around about 50 minutes. So therefore we can, at the drop of a hat, go see studios, exhibitions, or just allow our students to have those interactions with local industry.
Okay, so we see this one here from the staff and academic. So if you have any questions, or if you have any idea, or I give you questions that what do you think about, for example, this an example. If you have any idea, I would be happy to hear from you. You can hear me, Paul?
Dr. Loai, we have other case studies, but if you agree, we prefer to have a little discussion about this, because I think it's very interesting to understand that we need a new idea of university, no? Like a laboratory, like a real workshop, where it's possible for students to interact with the practical experience of the handmade process. So what do you think is possible, for instance, at your university to develop some training environment, so a new environment, not only theoretical lesson, but some place where it's possible to experiment this practical aspect?
Yes, I do agree. Let's open the panel for a discussion.
Yes,
if anyone
because the other case studies are different. They present other key point, but I think this first one is very interesting to explore some innovative aspect, okay? Especially for the university environment. So the new approach of university environment to host this kind of module, this kind of learning path.
Okay. We will open the panel now for a discussion. If anyone has a comment, has a question, please do bring your questions and notes forward to us. Let me say it in Arabic. زملائنا الآن هم عرضوا لنا التصور تبعهم كيف إحنا ممكن نطور المشروع بالأفكار المختلفة. عرضوا لنا على الديزاين بروسيس، عملية التصميم، كيف إحنا ممكن زي ما إحنا كنا نحكي بالبروجكت تبعنا هو مبني على الجيومتري والبيومورفيك ديزاين والكاليغرافي، كيف إحنا هدول الثلاث عناصر رئيسية ممكن تعملهم انتجريشن بالاركتكتشر والفرنتشر ديزاين حتى بالابلايد ارت بالتخصصات المختلفه المشاركه معنا من الجامعات المختلفه. كمان هم فرجونا المشاغل تبعتهم، كيف عمالهم يشتغلوا المشاغل العمليه، والطلاب كيف عم بيشتغلوا بمشاغلهم، كيف عم بيطوروا مهارات التصميم تبعهم وقدراتهم على يطوروا الاحساس بالبروبورشن وبالماتيريال المختلفه، ويعملوا اكسبيرمنتال على الديزاينز المختلفه قبل ما تصير هذه الديزاينز واقعيه او يقدروا يعرضوها للمناقشه او للدسكشن بانلز اللي عندهم. فالان احنا فاتحين المجال للاسئله او للاستفسارات او للملاحظات، او يعني جلسه حواريه انفورمال هي يعني غير رسميه. اي حدا بحب يطرح اي شيء بالعربي او بالانجليزي ما في مشكله. اي حدا؟ دكتور جاسر، دكتور أحمد، فريوان.
أنا ما عندي استفسار دكتور لؤي.
طب بس أوكي، ملاحظة اللي قدموه هو إحنا بنفس الصيغة اللي عمالنا نفكر فيها في الورك شوبس، الماتيريال اللي بيحكوا عليها، الماكينات اللي بيحكوا عليها.
Dr. Luay, can I ask something or? Okay, thank you, Doctor. Actually, if we compare our workshops here in Jordan with that we just see before this in this session, there is a big difference between what we have and what we, let's say, should have if we want to apply this project in the ground. So I think lack of these tools and equipment and this technology, I think we are lacking this kind of technology and these machines. So I think the project should take in consider this let's say this environment, because we are just now talk about the environment. There is a big difference between what we have in Jordan and what we see just before this. So I think the project should take in consideration that we need, if we want to apply this project in the ground, we need to these machines or something like this to build a good environment to apply this project. That's my opinion, and thank you for giving me this chance.
Thank you. Let me say that part of the project, there are certain budgets for buying equipments for each university participating with us. So there is certain budget allocated for purchasing some equipment in order to develop the workshops within these universities. The idea of the project is to transfer the European experience into the Jordanian and Syrian universities. So if we see that there's beautiful atmospheres within their workshops, the idea, if we can make it within our universities, it's not difficult. It's just a simple creation for a pleasant environment for the students to share their ideas and to feel very comfortable with their space. That will create their innovation process. This is part of the project. This is the aim of the project. One of the aims of the project, actually.
Okay.
Yes, the question about environment is a very key problem to develop this kind of course. For example, at University of Florence, we have not this high level of machine or laboratory. So for this, we explore a different kind of course, especially for the 3D, so elaboration in 3D video, so only applying with the software, okay? And then have a training period directly in the company where they have the machine. So for this, I need to ask you which kind of machine, equipment, and vision of laboratory and opportunity to create some laboratory inside the university building, university structure, in order to have a customization of the course inside your university. Because we can dream about a very advanced course, but after this, you have not the opportunity to develop or to buy or to implement some environmental learning laboratory or practical mechanical machine. So it's very important to target, to dimension, to to calibrate the typology of new course according to the facility and to the infrastructure that you have or is possible to create new. So this is a key point.
Doctor, can I have some questions?
Okay, Dr. Nabil, go ahead.
Okay, my question is for Azan Khaligi, sorry. Thank you for your presentation, for your interesting presentation. I would like to ask you if you have an experience, an own experience, your own experience with such of the projects that you explained to us, because I think the feedback from a person that he has his own experience or collaborated in one of the projects that you explained to us, maybe the feedback could be interesting for us to know.
Okay. You're welcome. I'm so happy that I can share my experience with you. So if you ask, no, I studied in University of Florence. As she said, that we don't have this high level of the craftsmanship and high level of the quality of the machine, or these are the best practice in the world, as I said before. So in this, it doesn't mean that we need exactly this machine in our workshop in this way that we can have the best. It's in the next couple of the example that maybe you will understand more, that I would like to say that in this process, as I studying, if we are doing this process more different, more meaningful, because this is the relevant to the art, to the design. If we can be, because there are a lot of workshop, a lot of seminar, basically they have one typical rules that they are going and they do. So, you know, how we can be different from the others. It doesn't mean that if I have the better machine in my university or in my course, I can be the best. But it means that how we can try to use in our cultural heritage in the best way, as much as we can, as much as we have, how much we can afford it. Honestly, I didn't know that how, this is the question of me, that how much you can afford in terms of the economic, how much it can afford in terms of the academic staff, which are really important more. And because these are more professional, in the sense that you can inspire by a lot of things and you can give them this chance to the students to implement, to show. I think these, yeah, of course, I would like to talk about the technology, or I would like to share about the technology part, but because technology gives you the future design, you know. So if you want to see that 10 years, how would be, so definitely you should work with the technology, but it doesn't mean that you need the best, as much as this workshop and this academic staff, they can afford about it. But in my case, as I was a student, I see that what was the lack of the university path that we passed, but we missed this part in architectural or in art and in design, that I would be happy that if I have this type of the tutor, the things that I was talking about it. So it's really good that you have this chance to know that what is your taste of your design, or how you can implement the cultural part that you have, which is you have in your country a lot, that I can see how you can use it instead of the others, they are using your cultural part. This is the things that I would like to give you my comment.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? لو حتى بالعربي ما في مشكلة، احنا بنترجم لهم الملاحظة.
دكتور لؤي.
اتفضل.
I think after this interesting presentation, we should sit and talk, and there are lessons learned. And I think we just like to say the lady. Hello.
تفضل أيمن.
I was thinking that I think following this interesting talk and presentation, we should sit and talk about what is to focus more on what we want in Jordan. what are the choices, what are the possibilities, the potentials, so that we can do something relevant to our context. What do you think?
Exactly. Now, Florance University, they are showing us the prospect of the project. Each university, they can take what suits their curricula, that suits their programs that are involved in the project. For example, we have University of Jordan, they have art and design school, mainly focusing into ceramics. So they can use the tools and the design applications that suits their specialization. We as a university, we are using two programs, fashion design and architectural design. So we'll see what prospects they are proposing and how we can integrate these prospects within our curricula, and what we are doing in terms of our cultural heritage, our cultural design process, our products, and the aims and goals of the academic program. But at least they are opening our eyes into different applications.
Yes.
This is what we are saying. This is the dream of Project Hands. This is the roadmap we are seeking. It's an endless road. Too many items can be involved. Each university can select the items that suits their programs involved in the project. But at least we are seeing that what we have seen in the presentation is something fantastic in terms of application of geometrical designs into different aspects of architecture, urban design, and fashion design, or art design, or project design, or industrial design. So the prospects is very wide. Any university can adopt some of these, I would say, good practices in terms of design and process, and we can see how it would suit our curricula. But at least we are seeing the vision of the project by Florance University. So we'll give them the credit for that.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And I have a question for the first lecturer, lady.
Go ahead.
Small one. I was interested in the first thing she said about discovering the passion of the student. I mean, this, how does this work? I mean, is it in the first course, at the beginning of the study, you as teachers, you try to discover the passion of your students, and sometimes the student doesn't know his passion and he discovers it on the way. So how does this work? Can you elaborate on this point?
Yes, this is a very interesting question, because it's a very key problem, not only in this kind of model, but I think in every university field. I think that the opportunity that they have to interact with the other, and especially to interact with themselves, so experiment touching, experiment with a very really body experience, of this kind of reality, is very, very important. So for this reason, I push a lot to develop or to create in a physical or in a virtual way a very good environment where it's possible to experiment the texture, the volume, the practical movement of the material under your hands. This is very important to discover not only the skills and the capacity of the student, but their passion. This is one of the three case studies that we explore and we analyze. I think that it's more complete, especially more oriental for a practical and physical experience. It's quite a high-level campus. It's very strange for an university environment to have this kind of laboratory. As I said before, for instance, University of Florence, we have material laboratory, we have laboratory, but not this kind of practical creation, handmade and practice. I think that the next case studies is more comfortable for us. It's more, I think, it's possible to share many other experience. But I think that it's necessary to compare the vision and to have a very innovative and especially to put our level very high. And after that, I think in the next meet that we have, Professor Deborah Giorgi will share with us the experience of a very low-tech workshop, very low-tech seminar and module that we carry on in Africa countries, especially in Tunisia and Morocco. So very different level, but with the same approach, with the same philosophy. So it's possible to adjust the training path according to the national condition, according to the university infrastructure, okay? And of course, with the involvement of the teacher, because I think the very driver of the module are teacher, tutor, and their patient, first of all. So if you agree, I ask to Azin to present, to continue with the presentation with the other two modules. I don't know if there are other questions about this first phase.
If we don't have any other questions, we can proceed with the third presentation today. أي حد عنده سؤال قبل ما نبدأ بالمحاضر الثالث؟
دكتور لؤي، مساء الخير.
أهلا، مساء الخير.
معك دكتورة رنا.
أهلا وسهلا.
بس بدي أعمل مشاركة بسيطة.
تفضل.
قبل ما تبلشوا برزنتيشن الثالث.
تفضلي.
تمام؟ طبعا. عربي ولا انجليزي؟ شو بتفضل؟
والله بنفضل انجليزي عشان يشاركوا معنا، بس اذا في مشكله
طيب.
بالعربي احنا بنترجم لهم.
لا اوكي. Good evening, thank you everyone. What I'm looking for, or we must summarize our work today. I think we need a short list or short-term plan and long-term plan to begin. To move from presentations to action. Actually, yes, the two presentation gives us a great or encouraging us to work very hard in this project. As there is a good technology, we can do a lot. We can help a lot. So I think we must all together think about having a short-term plan and a long-term plan to start up.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, this is what we'll share next meet, like a roadmap with some structure that is possible to modulate and to calibrate according with your university environment. So a common structure that is possible to recalibrate with adding specific module, but the structure is common, okay? So the main path is common. But next meet, we will explore this, and especially me and my colleagues, but we need to interact with you. So I have to think today, night and tomorrow, and to interact with us next, okay? On Tuesday, creating commonly this kind of structure, okay?
Yes.
I think that the bottom-up process is very interesting to be explored together, okay?
And what I can promise all, that we have the real encouraging environment here at Florance University in architecture faculty and even in fine art faculty and even in mechanical and the electrical faculty to start up quickly as soon as the equipment is available.
That's great.
Actually, we are looking for or we are preparing for a workshop, a very workshop in collaboration between two faculties next to maybe at the next 2 weeks. We will share it with you, maybe online, and you will see what we are ready actually to work on.
Yes.
And thank you very much for everything you introduced.
Of course, due to the COVID emergency, it's not possible to have a physical workshop because, as you understand, if I was in Jordan, it was different. Could be different. Okay, interacting much more. We can adopt another structure and another tool, like creating with the post-it a new learning path with more collaboration of you. So we need to take the best of this tool. Really, I think that Zoom with Zoom is possible together to discuss and to share all together. So we take the best of this emergency condition. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Antonio, let's go with the third presentation.
Yes.
Then we will
yes,
have
Azin,
a
Azin will. Azin.
So now you have my presentation now. Okay. Okay. For the second one, here we have for the number B, we have for the Contemporary Art Summer School. It's a school of the Royal College of Art. This is a short course, short term, and for the duration 3 weeks. And in this studio, or in this school, studio based on the introduction to the study and practice of the contemporary art and in the Royal College of Art. So the overview of this course is that the Contemporary Art Summer School examines the rich array of positions and methods and materials that artists use, as well as exploring the question raised by contemporary art in its production, how we can implement the contemporary art to the production means. So in these 3 weeks, this studio, based on the short course, provide a supportive environment for the independent practice and introduces participants to the study of the contemporary art. And also here we say that, okay, who is looking for this course? Is that this course is designed for practicing artists who wish and who passionate to develop their own personal and professional fine art practitioner, a world-leading environment to all over the world to do something internationally. And so here, this course, we say that, okay, why we should choose this course? This course provides you an opportunity to reassess your practice, you know, assessing your practice and find a new avenue of working, having worked professionally for a number of years. Sometimes all of us in every part, you feel stuck on your certain methodology. And you think that, okay, this is the things that I have to do it. But when you have this chance, especially this course, allow you to time and support to break down this construct and these problems that might be you face on it, and really develop your voice as an artist, and how you can develop your innovative work, and how you can explore and expand your personal voice. And also, in addition, we have here simultaneously broadened your horizon and focused your sense of creativity. This course, also leaders are very adept and in terms of the leading you, providing you with the instruction and insight, but still giving you complete freedom. You know, they give you this chance, the freedom to explore and discover your messages and identities. The second is that this is a perfect 3 weeks to help you change your mindset from one of design to art. For example, you're thinking and you have one idea, and in this course you can learn, you can change your path, maybe how you can implement your idea in terms of the art and design. And also develop your work under the supervision of this academic staff. And having a studio-based exhibition in this Royal College of Art, including final feedback from members of the staff. So I think this is truly helpful for the student, that you can have the feedback, which we didn't have. You know, so the someone is there for you and caring about you and give you the feedback. So you know that in the professional regarding, so you know that what is going to be your next step. And here we say that what is exactly this workshop giving you is expand your practice and knowledge through workshop, lecture, film screening, and access to the extensive library. As we can see here, we have an audio visual, we have a 3D workshop. As much as we can, you know, as much as we can afford to the students to let them to expand their practice. And also present your work to the staff, visiting artists, academic, art professional in a professional and diverse environment. If, for example, you have this chance to let them, to students, to meet the big artists in your country or big architecture, so it could be really nice experiment for them. And receive a feedback, as I said, and practical advice to the staff and expert in a contemporary art or in a heritage handcraft, could be for in this case. And also here we have the get them dedicated time for independent study in your own studio space. Benefit from professional technical support to develop your practice. Visit museums, galleries, in this case in London, with experts in the field of contemporary art, but could be everywhere, as we can discover and explore in your case. And immerse yourself in a multidisciplinary environment and meet the artists from all over the world. And here also we can see that which typology that we have. You can have the access to the workshop facilities of the painting studios, digital printing facilities in the print workshop. Also, you will have the access to the extensively equipped resource stores where you can book of the art video, audio equipment, including digital camera, tripods, projectors, and sound equipment. Here we have the digital lab in at the previous page I said, digital lab and workshop. In the digital lab, we can have the digital retouching suite and a scanner, printing, large digital printing as well, and a stretcher making, board making, timber cut, basic carpentry joining. So here, for this case, we can have another case study evaluation, which is, in our opinion, could be an unparalleled opportunity to produce work in an outstanding studio condition with world-class tutorship and good facilities. So it's really important that we can give them this environment. Could be in any case, could be in academic staff, could be facilities, with an outstanding studio that they can give this chance to work. And also expand your network connection with professionals, professional feedback, complete your freedom to broaden your horizon, develop your sense of design and innovation, how we can develop the sense of design of these students. It's so important that, because sometimes, mostly, some of the students, they have a lot of talents, but they don't know how they can explore and how they can extract their ideas, or we need to lead them in a right path. So the key training path that we can see here is a feedback, as I talk about it, guidance support, produce work in a studio, facilities, startup could be, digital equipment, creating art condition, freedom to explore. So as we know that, for example, startup is one of us example. A lot of big companies now, they just started with a really small startup. So it's not just dreamy or something difficult. It's very simple, but could be very could be nice for your future design. You can pursue your career. And another video we have here, let's see together for this Royal College.
My name is Despina Zaharopoulou. I am the academic leader of the Contemporary Art Summer School at the Royal College of Art. Contemporary Art Summer School is a 3-week intensive course exploring the methods, materials, and questions raised by contemporary art practice. The course is aimed at practicing artists coming from any professional or academic background. The students participating may come from different backgrounds, for example, design, fashion, fine art, or even disciplines that they are not connected with fine art at all. Nevertheless, they have to be practicing artists, and the selection is based on their portfolio and the quality of their work. The course is mostly an individual studio practice. We also have a gallery visit, we have workshops, we also have lectures. The curriculum of the course is very broad, very flexible, and it addresses to different categories of people. If I had to give advice to someone that considers applying for the course, I would say that they should definitely do it. Contemporary Art Summer School has the ability to transform an artist.
Okay, this is another example. If you have any question or any idea, any comments about this, I'm happy to hear from you.
I think it's better to complete the presentation.
Okay. Okay. So here we have another one, another example for the V1 in the same summer school, but with a different topic for the School of the Art and Humanities. In this course, you can the spirit of this, how we can transformative power of material thinking, research, and making to enrich their world in imaginative and meaningful ways. I would say that at the starting point, this course is more meaningful, more they are working more in the material thinkings, how we can use the material geometry in terms of the art and design. The aim of this program to inspire and cultivate a culture of creativity and innovation, which enable students to realize their full creative potential. In the second part is that provide a learning environment which focuses on experimentation and self-reflexivity in order to develop both a personal vocabulary and advanced practice. So it's so important that you know what you want and also what you are looking for and how you can be a professional. Here also we can mention to enable the student to plan and produce challenging, innovative work of high quality and ambition technically and conceptually at the same time. To enable the development of student creative, intellectual, and critical potential through encouraging new perception and the production of innovative work, supported by staff research and practice, which is could be perfect environment, and simulate a dialogue between the theory and practice through research, discourage production to engender thinking through making and making through thinking. So it means that how you can think about something and how you can make it real, or how when you are make it real, you used what you had in the past or what you had as an innovative work. And also to situate and contextualize practice within the context of the contemporary ceramic and glass field and wider contemporary art and design communities. Instill an awareness to be aware and to know a greater consideration of sustainability and the ecological impact of our discipline. Sometimes we are impacted and we are inspired by a lot of things, could be ecological, could be cultural, could be heritage. To provide inclusive postgraduate education, postgraduate would be, master would be, bachelor would be, or short-term, long-term, for students from a variety of international, undergraduate, professional, and diverse identity background. So, if you say that, okay, why we need to choose this one is that this course is designed to provide a program of studies allowing a student to learn through theory and practice. This enables those on the course that challenge discipline and convention, innovate method and ideas in order to produce objects or artwork, installation, how you can become a manifest through the material and process of the ceramic, glass, pottery that we have. The student also will engage with a number of projects and opportunities over their these 2 years of study. And you can also develop their working and research methodology, personal creative voices, and develop into professional defining their future careers. And here also we have another curriculum map for the ceramic and glass as an example for the first year. It's divided to the 3 terms. As we can see here is Unit A studio, Unit B studio. We can have the critical historical studies, which is the 40 credit for the total. And here is another unit table that we can assessment and we can analyze this in our case, like for example, self-assessment for the feedback, for the time could be which months, learning, outcomes. And also here we can have for the second year is the same modules, but with a different credit could be. And also for another unit table in terms of what we want to teach them for the exam, for the meeting, for the months self-assessment, as we can see here. And also I adjust this one for the reviewing that now we have more background and more idea about inspiration by pattern. This course was more, it was not too much technical or to work with the technology. So it was more meaningful and more conceptual. So we have a lot in terms of the paisley pattern, miniature pattern. So how we can implement them to the product, to the design, to the fabric, like a lot of companies that today they are doing, as we talked before. and the pottery, in carpet, in stained glass, that we can see how we can inspire by simple things about the colors, about the material, and it might be we are seeing every day, but if there would be nice idea behind, you can see that how could be very meaningful in terms of the clothes that we can see here, or in terms of the pottery, or material for the roof, for the ceiling. So we can do a lot of things, as this course focuses more on the meaningful part. Here we have the number C, is another master degree in the School of the South Spice Institute of Art. The program aim of this course is that become an art insider with the 5 distinctive, as I will tell you now, in terms of the art and commerce. The first is the contemporary art, the second is the art business, the third is a fine and decorative art and design, the fourth is the art logistic, the 5 is a modern and contemporary Asian art, and the 6 is the modular structure. For the first one, we are talking about the MA in contemporary art. So you can develop your expertise in examining the key movements, artistic tendencies, practices in all aspects of the contemporary art. The goal of this master is that the art focuses on art in the period from the 1968 to the present. So with the stance of the art history, curational studies, and critical theory, and a strong emphasis throughout on professional career development. It means that how we can use the art history, more focuses on the art from around the world, examining a broad range of the artistic practices and institutional structure from highly establishment to the most innovative. And here we can see that this course is designed for who are fully committed to the study of contemporary art, and who intend to, and who is willing to pursue careers in the field. Consultancies, journals, international art fair, and university. So it could be a really nice result even for the university when they can give this chance and they can see that all the graduate people now, they are in these steps that they can fully committed to pursue their careers. And for here we can see that why we are choosing this course. The institute offers educational program for professional, pre-colleague audience, and graduate students seeking expertise in art and business and understanding of the global art economy. Actually, this course offering a cover everything from the art history to key business skill from their campuses located in the world. So how we can do art history, or how we can toward to the key business. Courses in the South by Institute are structured with the guiding principle, the educating in the classroom, by at the same time equally is hands-on experience and situational context, and also bringing a wealth of the practical knowledge from their professional experiences, as well as the solid academic grounding to all students. So it's nice that if beside of all the academic part program that all we pass, we can have the practical knowledge in the professional experience. This master degree also allows full-time students to gain foundational knowledge for a future career. And here we have the academic structure. The master degree is awarded for the 120,000 credit. For the next step, I think we can have this assessing together, so how we can implement this workshop for the 2 semesters in this course, and as well as for the completion of the dissertation, could be for the thesis, 60 credit. And this first 2 semesters are intensively work on 4 or 5 days per week. And in the first semester, they are working on the navigating the art world, which is included 30 credit, and which is also encompassed of the art history and art business. During this program, specialist electives can be chosen from across all institute master program, and allowing a student to build the personalized master profile. This is the really nice because it is elective, is more optional part, and you can build your personalized, what is the best for you. And a student takes 2 15 credit electives across a variety of offering, and the core unit could be around 60 credit for this contemporary. And also a student complete a range of the assignment during this program to become sophisticated graduated, a bit more different, with a high caliber academic and vocational skills and knowledge, preparing them for the success in their future, in their career future. And also these objects based on the assignment skills like observation, description, interpretation, other assignments such as essay, develop skills of research, analysis, contextualization, and criticism, promoting student, promote the ability to present in material in different written and spoken moods. And in number C, we have encouraged the student to consider the network is a network connection in which art is created, exhibited, and collected, and how they can, for example, they can have the exhibition, their independent exhibition, and how they can have collaboration with the best artists. All students, we can have also simulate in the real world task, project, and scenario. For example, exhibition, review, election, as I said, and planning for the hypothetical exhibition and journal. And here also we can see that this MA degree student must complete 60 credit for the dissertation, and no formal teaching for the final part with the student researching, and also this thesis is under the guidance of the individual supervisor. And at the start of this program, students are allocated a personal tutor. This is the thing that we talked about it before. This is the taste of the student. So it's really interesting that they are allocated before, at the beginning. So it could be interesting for them for the networking opportunity. And also here, in terms of the research, we have some opportunity in terms of the research. Is a research center, postgraduate research, research and impact. For the research center, we can see here, research center and group, see where the expertise is making an impact. I just give you a short description about each one. And postgraduate research, find these areas of expertise and be part of this research community. How you can be a part of this research community. And research and impact could be discover the positive impact this research has on communities and the local economy. For the research excellence framework, the system for assessing the quality of this research against other higher education institutions. In the opportunities, so you can deliver excellent your field, so they can have this opportunity. Contact Research Service is the research innovation and impact services team can provide information about all aspects of their research. Number 2 is a MA in art business. So what is going on? What you can looking for in an art business? Become an art business expert through this exploration of art market and management. The master degree of this art business truly offer a unique opportunity to study the art market right at the hub of cultural and commercial artwork. It's so fascinating. I think you can have this unique opportunity between the art and hub of the cultural and commercial at the same time. It provides a student with an academic but highly practical understanding like finance, management, law, ethic, and global art market dynamic. Actually, these is a bit more specific part and specialist, but it depends on that what you want to exactly focusing. In this way, we can improve the things that you are.
To show the key aspect, okay?
Okay. And this MA in art business provides students with the necessary theories and skills to enable them to develop both a critical and practical understanding of art business. So here also we have about this main goal. We have the necessary mathematical skills that we are looking for, engage in the subject, and also to discuss the legal, ethical, in the structure. More or less, they are the same. I just put in the program a deep study of 2 days artwork. It's not just stuck on the history part. And some of the program, for example, they founded this university workshop 20 years before, and visit marriage and a global network. Training also in the cultural and commercial art at the same time. Teaching highly practical and understanding of art. And here we have some keywords of the things that we talk right now. And this one is another example, is a MA in fine and decorative art and design, because we don't have this time. So I go just for the key point of this part is that they are working particularly in exploration of connoisseurship and integrated study of fine and decorative art and design. They are more working on technique, material, and historical and contemporary. Is more like more packaged in consider every part of the design. And here the academic structure is the same, but the goals, they are the same, but we can just change the credit, the schedule part. And also here, the different part is that this is the course. They are working a stylistic point of view, but not in the sense that we are rejecting or we are ignoring the wider of the historical part. Definitely we are using the part of the design, but we should consider the historical part, social, economic, and cultural factor, which have influenced in the production of this artwork. And the other thing is that this aim to develop critical understanding of the terms of the fine art, decorative art design, and art object across the range of media and periods of the time. And also in MA in art logistics, we have, again, we are working the different part is that exploring the theories is more theoretical and practical, essential to operating and running in the larger scale and entrepreneurial art business, how we can be more, and you can work as entrepreneur. It provides students with a diverse practical training and theoretical overview. And the student in this program, they can explore operational approaches toward art objects and the logistical issue related to the moving to the art. And the other point is that they can have the power of positive disruption, grow technology, growing use of big data and digital application in the business practice. And also the student, they can have this backbone of the art, industries and operational experience. This academic structure, they are the same here as well. As we can get about the evaluation of this course is that they are providing a confidential area for collection management and ethical issues, improving presentation skill of the student, give a chance for running your creativity in a larger scale, which is really nice that we can, and well-trained student to pursue career path in professional artwork, analyze this logistic issue in art to move from one point to the another. And this is the last one about this example is that this is a modern development, major artistic figures, and rising the profile in the global art market. And the goal of this course is that they are working, this course provides the student with the critical tools and understanding about this topic of Asian art, which increasing significance in the international art market. And also this program, how, for example, Asian art has developed in the modern and contemporary period, as in your case, it can be traditional art, or Arabic countries, how they can develop in the modern and in the contemporary period. And also these graduate students, they can, in the galleries, art fair, museum, auction houses, they can working and they can show up their experience. This one is another academic structure, is the same here. And here we have a curriculum map in terms of the spring, summer, fall, autumn. So in dividing by each single topic in terms of the navigating the art, manage and finance, international art, materials, ethics. So in this way we can organize, in our case, what is our goal to implement to this workshop by each season. And this one is another curriculum map that it gives you in terms of the day, how you can organize in terms of the day in the sense that optional, mandatory, electives class could be art criticism, and also collection building and art advisory. So if you have any question about, if we have time, we can more talk about the proposal idea. Otherwise, we can just hear from you. Do you have any question at this moment?
I think let's finish the presentation, then we will have a discussion at the end of it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So here I give you another things that we talk about it. I just give you short explanation. So we so far we analyzing. Maybe you can have an idea for each one. And these are the basically things that all the workshop more or less more well equipment or more technology, but some of them less. But the things that we miss, and I think we can work on it, is that if we are thinking that architecture in terms of the context goes towards the training part, could be structural part and spiritual part. And both they are, the outcomes could be for the artifact and handcraft. So the structural part could be workshops, seminar, expo, showroom, training course, short mission, 3D book, cut lab. More or less in every workshop, might be you can find it. The things that I think we are missing and we can be a bit different as much as we can. So could be the spiritual part, is that the virtual tools, the pattern tracking and mapping 3D, and how we can use the tangible and touchable things in terms of the material, or virtual sustainable social, could be 3D app. Sometimes I thought about the music and language. It could be more sophisticated, but could be helpful. And also we have some future modules that we talk about it, the profile taste of a student, discovering talent, lighting design, envelope design, wearing design, urban, and tools. So it could be really nice that these are the things that you cannot find in any library or in any book or in every workshop, I would say that. So if we know that, how we can discovering the talent, because mostly we are going to the university, okay, they said, okay, what you have? So on the other side, is nice that we are thinking that what we can do for them to explore and to extract their talent, their design, and lead them in the right way. As we see here before, these could be the future models that we can use it in terms of our Islamic patterns, our Islamic architecture, in terms of the colors, in terms of the pattern, how we can use in the object, how we can use in the envelope, how we can use in the material, even could be the glass, in the color. So they are so fascinating. And the other part, more spiritual and more in terms of the technology, I don't know how we can afford it or not, but I just want to share with you what it is in this course, in this workshop, as a best practice. So it could be the virtual reality, augmented reality. As we can see, they are using the collaboration, craft through digital fabrication and virtual reality. For example, they give them one pattern and how we can implement this pattern to the object, and how we can use in the real object is really interesting. Or for example, 3D scanning in the printing. So you can see that it doesn't mean that we are just using the technology. We are meaningful, we are using them in the object or application as well. So if we have a time, we can see there are two examples of the virtual reality augmented, so we can watch together.
Jean, maybe only one. I don't know if we have time. Ask to Dr. Lohai.
How many minutes? 2 minutes?
For each one, yeah, it's not too much, but no, for example, this one is a 4 minute, 5 minute, this one is a 2 minute. We can go through this one, if we agree.
First colony established on Mars. Main support. You have received an updated 3D model from the architects. There are two conflicts with the landscape design.
Quick desktop. Activate Hyperform.
Hyperform activated.
Show me project 1280.
Displaying project 1280. Project's content.
Load the landscape file. Show me plot 3.
Displaying plot 3.
Now display 3D models.
New model sent 1 minute ago.
Okay. All right, load. Highlight design conflicts.
Displaying conflicts.
Activate slice tool. Activate tree tool. Morning, Jordan.
Good morning.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was just a couple of things. Hyperform. Activate real world scale.
Activating.
Activate slice tool. Tree tool.
You received an updated 3D model. There are 37 conflicts with your landscape design.
Ah, bollocks.
Okay, this one is another one. Okay, this is an example of what is possible to do with a virtual reality. So I think it's another opportunity that we can explore. I think, Azin.
Do you have this lab at Florence University?
Yes, we are now creating a laboratory about 3D experience with the mask, especially to investigate the digital twin of the product. And we are implementing the laboratory with all body. It's like a dress, so it's possible to explore with all the sense, especially the design product, not only the building.
Amazing, yeah.
I have a question, Dr. Rai.
Yeah.
Thank you for a nice presentation. Have you used the virtual reality in this way as a design tool?
Yes, in our course at university.
Yes.
As I said before, we are implementing the new laboratory of 3D virtual experience and augmented reality. By now, we have only the 3D studio, but in the next year, we cross the finger to complete the new laboratory with a full augmented reality experience.
I have just one more question. We try to have such this virtual reality lab at just one time, but what was in my mind at that time, not only how to visualize the design, but how to make the design more sensible for human sense. For example, if I feel the space is too
right, to feel the texture, to feel, yes.
For example, if I have a glare, so I can, by my hand, reduce the size of the window or change the location of the window, so I will get a design more integrated with the environmental forces like light, heat, sun, wind, and so on. Is that possible at your lab?
possible too?
Is it possible, for example, to change the design while I'm visualizing the design to be compatible with other forces like glare, sun rays, wind, heat, and so on?
Yes, sure. If you create a digital twin of the building, implementing with more data, the question is how many data is possible to integrate in your project, in the digital twin of the project, and how is possible to create experience, so the 3D experience for the design, for the other stakeholder, investigate the real experience, no, inside the digital twin. It's possible according to the tool that you will implement, but there is some software and some instrument that will allow. So it is possible. It is only, the question is only how many data you can.
Yes, I see, I see.
Environmental data, thermal data, data about light, temperature, humidity, and so on.
Okay, great. Thank you, thank you.
Azan, you can go ahead with the, I think there's still a couple of slides,
Yes,
or you just finished?
Yes.
I think in my case, I'm done because the rest is for the neuroscience, but I think for the next meeting about the neuroscience, Professor Deborah wants to.
Because I hope that my other colleagues, Deborah Georgia, will present the other experience about low technological and very high technological, the two opposite questions.
Great. Thank you, Azan.
We have three approaches. We have the technological approach, the conceptual approach, and the business approach. So maybe we need to mix this and create the best, the more appropriate, not only the best, but the more appropriate learning path according with the university environment.
It's quite very interesting, especially the visualization of three-dimensional images and the virtual reality of the architectural projects, that it can be built on actual site and do different simulations. And even we can interrupt different discussions from different parts of the world. We can see the project in reality, how it's going to build, and we have a discussion about it. So this is still, it's amazing. Maybe we'll have it for another Erasmus project, actually, this virtual reality application architecture.
Yes. Especially create the digital twin and the virtual reality, so both, combining both. So
exactly.
Have a virtual, yes, a virtual example.
Actually, part of our goal is to do these 3D simulations in terms of design into craft, like lighting fixtures or furniture. So we can see different virtual reality designs for these items before we start manufacturing them. So it's just another conceptual application. Maybe it's another window that can be approached by the project. We can open for a couple of questions because we are running late. إذا حدا عنده سؤال، عنده ملاحظة، إحنا يعني تأخرنا عليكم واخذنا وقت زياده، بس شاكرين جدا لكم. اذا في حد عنده ملاحظه او سؤال احنا سعيدين جدا للاستماع لكم.
دكتور لو اي معلش كمان مداخله ولو اقل من نص دقيقه يعني.
تفضل.
Thank you all. I just want to shed light on some issues that we have in Jordan. The most challenges that are now facing the graduate student is the unemployment. If we, so I think this project should take this point.
كمل دكتور سليم، كمل.
Okay, and I before 3 years I make some research. Actually, it was my PhD research, And I study the traditional handicraft in Jordan, especially ceramics. And I found many issues, many challenges artisans face, that they are facing these challenges. One of them is management skills. And so that if this project can include, let's say, this kind of courses within programs, it will be okay. This is my suggestions. And another thing is the entrepreneurship, let's say, skills, or maybe something like this. This is very important, and we lack artisans and graduates still lack these skills. Also, I will, let's say, I want, or I suggest to give more shed light to collaboration between artisans or graduate students in this project with the designers, because we have lack of design skills among our graduate students. So this is my points, and I just want to shed light in these issues. Hope this project can consider them if you find it okay. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you. دكتور سليم، انت من اي جامعة؟
الهاشمية دكتور.
الهاشمية، اهلا وسهلا.
يا هلا فيك.
Yeah, Dr. Salim, the project actually aims to provide the graduates with different competences for the labor market. So this is exactly the aim of the project. Like, we did a survey in terms of the crafts that have a job market. And this is the concept, is to inject these crafts into the academia. So our graduates from architecture, interior design, applied arts, fine arts, design, they have a different vision in terms of tools, competences that is applicable and wanted from the labor market. This is one of the objects of the project, actually.
Okay, great.
Dr. Musa? Dr. Musa? Okay. Any other questions, notes?
Yes, please. Hi. My name is Lara. I'm an architect from Homs.
الحقيقة كان presentation ممتاز، بس طلبوا منا الزملاء بكل الاحترام لحضرتك انه الرابط تبع المحاضرة طبعا بدكم تنزلوا.
اظن سمعت انه بده انه تسجيل المحاضره،
يعني مع رجاء كل الزملاء اللي كانوا حاضرين انه ينزل الرابط تبع المحاضرات كلهن على موقع
فهمنا عليك دكتور. راح ينزلوا دكتور على موقع المشروع، على الويب سايت راح تنزل كل المحاضرات.
دكتور ينحط الرابط تبع كل المحاضرات على موقع
المشروع، راح ينزلوا دكتور على الويب سايت تبع المشروع. بالضبط راح ينزلوا كلهم.
اوكي.
هم موجودين الان، شباب شغالين عليهم، خلال اسبوع بيكونوا كلهم على الموقع ان شاء الله.
Yes, may I say something please?
ونحن يوم الخميس ان شاء الله موعدنا كمان الساعة 5 مساء.
ان شاء الله دكتور. Lara, go ahead.
يعطيكم العافية.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay.
Hi.
I would like to say hi for everyone. Special thank for Ms. Azin, Architect Azin, I think so, Dr. Antonella, Dr. Luay, and everyone. With more respect for this meeting is very important. Your information is very important also. We have a vision about what you are want to making a training about it, and what you want to say about it. I'm living here in Homs, so as you know, there is no electricity, and we have many responsibility on our shoulders. I will try to speak in a good English language. I'm confused, but everything I would to say something that we need to use your experience in to recycling the debris, because our city is filled down. There is more rubbish, more debris. So we need to focus on technical to recycling all this debris, because it's everywhere. And a special thanks for this choice to say hello and thank you very, very much. Have a nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Okay, final remark. Antonella,
yes.
As a final remark before
yes, a final remark is it's very interesting for me and for Azin, for us, to share with you this kind of research that we did. But now I was working during the taking some notes. I think for Tuesday, I'm preparing a draft about the structure. I think we need to focalize 5 points. That is the application of parametric design, especially a topic, this topic transferring in a module, no? So defining how many credits will apply for each module. But the topic, I think, 5 main topic has to be parametric design, the history of design, so how it's possible to translate the historical design in a new way. So it is a conceptual part, studying the history, studying the cultural heritage. So maybe with a different weight of credits, of course. The third aspect is about the knowledge about materials. So it's very important to understand the role of materials, the role that they could play in a new design approach. So material related to the new approach of the art. The other one is the market and the business approach. I think that it's very important to support the student with some element and some skills about the marketing. So how is possible to implement their careers and their business opportunity, especially introducing some aspect about e-commerce, the new interactive platform for business, new advanced exposition. So with 3D exposition, 3D commercialization of this. And the last, I think, is about the last topic is about the management of big data, especially for art and business, but especially how it's possible is to defend their knowledge, to defend in an open commerce, in an open and virtual approach, how it's possible to defend their knowledge. So I think this topic is very important because will help to foster the relation with a very big network, and especially worldwide network. But it's very important to protect the idea and to protect their capacity, their know-how in a very helpful way. So I think we can investigate these 5 pillars, these 5 pilasters, to create a structure of the main course, and then adding new unit and new topic to focalize in the specific context of your country. I think these 5 topics especially with the approach of challenge. So these 5 topics could be the main structure, and then we can create some, we can add some other specific content and to prepare the student with new skills, if you agree. So help me on Tuesday to create a very innovative learning path. Of course,
Thursday.
we can do together.
Thursday.
Thursday.
If the 5 points that were mentioned now could be sent to us written and brief as titles, so we can ponder on them and see what can we add or what can we customize.
اوكي.
عرفت كيف؟ يعني مش بالضرورة انه ناخذها كمنهج متكامل وخلص ونسكر عقلنا يعني.
Okay. Antonella, we do agree with your points. They cover actually the 3 parts of the project: design, training, and marketing. I think it will be great for the day after tomorrow, Thursday. And we will see. Yeah. And actually, what you presented today is so fantastic. Many thanks for you, Antonella, for you, Azan.
Many thanks to Azin that helped me.
I would like to say thank you all.
She was very helpful because she's very young. So with the vision about the focus, the point of view of the student.
Yeah.
She helped me to select the case study, taking more attention about the needs of the student. I think it was very interesting for me to collaborate with a different approach, because sometimes we are on our way, no?
Yeah.
So we have some road just explored. But
you did a great job. Yeah, you widened the scope of the project. Now we have different prospects to look for. What I'm saying now, it's an opportunity for all the participants in this project to think about what you have presented today and come on Thursday with their visions, their ideas, their concepts of what we have been proposing from Florance University. This is their vision of the project. We know that we have another vision of the project. Now we can match the 2 visions. But honestly, what you presented is exactly what we are looking for in this project in terms of design application of geometry into fashion design, into architecture, into urban design, and into object design. This is exactly the main objective of the project, how we can bring these traditional tools into contemporary designs. Yes, we need equipments to manufacture, to produce these designs. This is another part. We are thinking about the equipments, and luckily we added into our equipment list 3D printers and 3D scanners, CNC machines, laser cutters. So I think this will help us develop the 3-dimensional thinking of the students. Unfortunately, we didn't add the virtual reality issue because there, in terms, our project officer, he said that this is pushing the project into a different vision. So restrict
the next one.
Again, I thank you very much, Kinsey and Antonella, for what you presented today, and looking forward for your presentation on Thursday.
Thank you.
Actually,
Thank you.
we are looking forward, maybe in spring, we don't know, to come to Italy and visit you in Florence. And this is
sure. Yes, sure.
hopefully,
I hope the laboratories will be implemented much more.
Inshallah, hopefully. Now, it's very much appreciated for your attendance our workshop. Thank you, everybody, for being with us today. Have a good evening and see you Thursday at 5 o'clock.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lai. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Assalam.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.